I'm at least to some extent thinking of replacing my Galaxy S10 with a Galaxy Flip 4. The two main reasons I think are these. First of all, not because of the many different better specs, because this is not something the Galaxy Flip 4 has. But there are two potential reasons. The first one is the tripod function. So if this is your camera, up here, the tripod function allows you to record basically anywhere where you can put your phone down. And if you add a cover to your phone, you can potentially put your phone down anywhere. And then you can just shoot selfies or also record videos like these. The second one is also due to the flip functionality. I actually want to decrease my social media use, but I find myself, since I do only really consume social media and also YouTube on my phone, which is kind of a restriction because then I can use my notebook and also the notebook association just for work and studying. What I do have is a phone that still basically is associated in my mind with social media. So the problem I face is that it's very easy to just have my phone here and actually open Instagram or YouTube. But the potential upside now from the Flip 4 is, of the Flip 4, is that if I have the screen and I actually need to open it every time I want to use social media and I only have a tiny screen on the outside, then the potential benefit is that I decrease the frequency at which I open my phone in order to fulfill this social media craving addiction, and therefore potentially decreasing my overall social media usage, and therefore overall maybe increasing my productivity or life efficiency, if you want to call it this. What previously held me really back from the Flip 3, let's say, is two things, or are two things. The first one is that it didn't offer a 512 gigabyte version. If you record video on your phone, and I only record 1080p usually, then the main problem is if you have a 250 gigabyte phone, then the problem is if you install a few apps and you try out the different apps, then you might run into storage problems. And if you then additionally don't have an external SD functionality, this just creates a problem. Of course, the 1 terabyte phone would be the solution to this. A 1 terabyte phone internally, and then externally maybe also a terabyte of micro SD. If I have the Galaxy S10 still, I can basically insert every micro SD I want. So I already thought about getting a 1 terabyte micro SD. It just doesn't really make financial sense because I don't really need it, and I already have a 400 gigabyte micro SD in my main phone. So now the question is, can I also replace the storage functionality of this phone with the new Flip 4? And in this regard, the new Flip 4 has the benefit of offering the 512 gigabytes. But again, here Samsung sticks with his current strategy of not implementing SD card slots with the current phones, which is a big bummer, I think, because this means for everybody that they can't extend their storage. And this is another downside to the Flip 4, even though it has the two potential upsides of using it as a tripod and therefore not needing an additional tripod. And also, if you want to travel, for example, you just don't need an external tripod to carry it with you all the time. You can just either hold your phone. If you want to film something, you can hold your phone like this if you want to film something in front, or if you want to film yourself. But if you want to film yourself with the background or with another person, then you can just set up your phone with this tripod strategy. And in addition, I think just the fact of having to open your phone and also having, or the ability to close your phone and therefore minimizing the overall size and volume of the phone, not really the volume of the phone, but much more the dimensions, the longest dimensions, and actually clapping it down or folding it down into something that is more compact. At least you can then grab it with your hand, and you can also potentially more easily take it and put it into your pocket. Because let's face it, if you have a current phone, for example, and you go onto a bike ride or on a bike ride and you have a somewhat tight pant, then if you want to raise your leg in order to get over the bike, over the bike's rail, then you often have a problem of slightly bending the phone, which is something that actually happened with my past phones.